Here is an awesome application, and it's a live application, Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. This is actually a restaurant over in Colorado. But what's awesome about it is that this is a real life app. When one of the things that has happened because of the pandemic is a lot of places are now having to go to some type of disposable menu just because of germs and so forth. And, previously a lot of restaurants and bars were going to like a synthetic menu, something that was laminated on a polyester. But those menus are very expensive, but also too, they require a lot of wiping, wasn't as hygienic. Well, as you know, that depending on the material that you print on with menus, they can get pretty pricey. So even as you could see this really nice menu here, this is printed at a high resolution. It's on a craft paper. So it looks really nice, looks really professional. But, even on craft paper, it could get very pricey. And then you got the printing on top of it and everything else, and it gets pretty expensive, even as disposable menus where you just want to hand them out. Everyone gets their own menu, they could throw it away, and you don't feel like you're wasting money or your clients are wasting money. Well, this is the secret. This is super unique because this is awesome. This is printed on the Baltoro cut sheet high fusion, high resolution inkjet press. This is an inkjet press, production inkjet press. The Baltoro inkjet press is built off the iGen press. It's just an inkjet version at the highest resolution in the industry using a high fusion ink. And what's really great about this ink is kind of like a hybrid of the way other inks sit today. So you have laser toner, which sits on top of the media. You have offset, which is a wet ink-based media. Well, what inkjet is kind of a hybrid, and specifically our high fusion. Our high fusion ink sits on top of the paper, so you have the great color quality, the vibrancy, and the gamut and resolution as you see today, but it also still acts like a traditional inkjet ink, which fits within the fiber. So as you could see here, and this is why this is important. As you could see here with this application, this is why the client loves it, is that if you look at it, it is not craft paper. So if you look really closely, it's like, okay, that's craft paper. It's pretty pricey to have that paper, especially if people are going to throw it away. It doesn't make sense. What this app did, it printed the craft paper background on a normal sheet. So you see right here, this is a knockout. That's the color of the paper underneath. It's a normal white sheet of piece of paper printed with craft paper logo. And because the ink is so vibrant and sits on the paper so well that it still sticks up, you don't see any of the fibers of the paper underneath. It looks like a high-end, expensive craft paper, but it isn't. So now this accomplishes everyone's dream. Low cost of manufacturing, low cost to the burger bar, so they'll go ahead and spend more and order more. They'll give more away to their clients because it costs a little bit less to manufacture. So they'll pass out more, they'll order more. The burger bar has no problems of printing a lot more of these and giving them to everyone that comes in the door because it's not an expensive craft paper. Also, the inherent benefit of inkjet printing is low cost, upwards of 50 to 90% lower than other printing methods like laser toner. So it's a win-win across the board, and specifically in these times where people want creative ways to manufacture low cost, to get the marketing out. This is just such a great application. Craft paper, or this type of paper, is a very popular paper in the printing industry. A lot of people print on it. Now you could just get plain white paper, print craft look of it, and you cannot tell the difference. And it's a little bit harder to see on my video, but if I zoom in there, let's see how good the phone is. That looks like craft paper to me. You can see the fibers, the different colors of the fibers, right? And that's because high fusion ink still sits on top of the paper, unlike traditional aqueous ink, but it has enough, it's embedded enough to actually look like a high-end craft paper. So this is a great application that one of our clients is running on the Baltoro High Fusion. It's a real life application. Go to their website, Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. I keep looking at this menu and it looks so good. But if you want to sample this application, we actually have samples of it that we'll give out. We also actually have a application brief that talks about the overview of this application, how it's being used, and so forth. And even this is printed on the Baltoro High Fusion. So it's just a great application. It's very practical into today's time. And, you know, it just looks